All right, so thank you guys all for joining today for a 60-minute restorative yoga class. Restorative, similar to yin yoga, is like longer holds of postures. Won't hold quite as long as some yin classes. The beginning of class, there will be some more movement-based postures, and then towards the end, we'll go into longer hold postures. It's okay for postures to feel like intense, but they should never be painful. You should always, feel some sort of joy when you're practicing yoga, I think. So if something like hurts or doesn't feel right to you, you can modify, you can skip. I'll try to offer alternatives for folks where stuff isn't working for them. And you can always just skip completely, enjoy. And yeah, we'll get started. So find yourself in a seated position, something comfortable. And we're gonna do a breathing exercise today that's kind of fun. I guess, I don't know the name for it, but I'm gonna call it 1 through 10 breathing. And the idea is that you'll start by inhaling for 1 second and then exhaling for 1 second, and then inhaling for 2 seconds and then exhaling for 2 seconds, and then inhale for 3 seconds, exhale for 3 seconds. You'll work your way all the way up to 10, and then you'll count back down. It's meant to draw us into the present moment. So often, especially at the beginning of class, our minds wander a lot, and that's really normal if your mind wanders during yoga. So this 1 through 10 breathing exercise is intended to help you center your thoughts, your focus on your breath. If you lose your count, that's totally fine. Just hop back in whenever you see fit, and then we will all meet together. So I'll do the first 3 for you, and then I'll allow you to count at your own speed. So sitting in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, sit upright. You're welcome to close your eyes or have your eyes half open, maybe focusing just beyond the tip of your nose. Relax your shoulders, keep the chest up. Feel yourself grounded into the floor. Feel the floor holding you up. So we'll start by inhaling through the nose for 1 and exhale through the nose for 1. Inhale through the nose for 2. Exhale through the nose for 2. Inhale through the nose for 3. Exhale through the nose for 3. Continue on 4 through 10 at your own pace, and then we'll count down 9, 8, 7. As you're ready, return your breath to normal, in and out through the nose. The breath is a very powerful tool to anchor us in the present moment. And if you ever find that like your mind is starting to wander or some sort of mental formations or emotions come up, you can always just return your thoughts to your breath. I'll share with you a quote to ponder during class. All will be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Today is the blessing, use it well. So from here, we'll start with gently stretching our neck. So as you're ready, stretch up through the crown of your head, and then gently tilt your right ear to the right side shoulder, stretching along your left neck. You'll notice that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm tilting my head to the left rather than the right. You're welcome to mirror my motions or listen to my command, but either way works. Stretching along the left side of the body, drop the shoulders down, keep the chest lifted. Notice if you're leaning to one side of the room, try to evenly distribute your body weight on your sit bones. As you're ready, slowly tuck your chin to your chest, rolling down, stretching the back of the neck with gentle compression to the throat, thyroid, parathyroid gland. Keep the shoulders down, chest up. Welcome to have your eyes closed, open, half open, whatever works for you. As you're ready, roll your left ear to the left shoulder, dropping the right shoulder down. So try to even out the shoulders. Again, noticing if more weight is in one butt cheek, try to even them out. Feel the floor holding you up. And as you're ready, slowly rolling back down, chin to chest, gentle stretch through the back of the neck. Keep the shoulders down, chest up. And slowly roll your head back up. So head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over heels. Next, we're gonna do some cat-cow variations. And this part might be like the most maybe intense part of class, but I think it's really good, especially for all of us that have been like texting and typing so much these days. We're gonna do some stuff that stretches out the wrists. So we will start in cat-cow. I will show you the first one from the side. So you're gonna be in a tabletop position, and right away you're welcome to have like a blanket under your knees, your feet, if you have pressure there. So for cat and cow, you might have done it before. You're gonna start by sticking your butt up, dropping your belly down, inhaling, look up towards the ceiling. So this is cow, think like cow's belly, cow's udders. So looking up, nice back bend here, shoulders away from the ears, chest open. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, move your hips closer to your ribs, round your spine, push the floor away from you. So this is cat pose, meow. Think about a Halloween cat or an angry cat, rounding the spine, pull your belly in. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling, drop your belly down, stick your butt up, lift your chest, try to squeeze shoulder blades together. So roll the shoulders back and down, opening through the chest and throat. Exhale. Press the hips forward, pull the belly in, try to bring the hips and ribs closer together, create more space between the vertebrae, root down through all 28 knuckles. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, meow. Last one, inhale, looking up, drop the belly down, back bend, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the belly in, round your spine, push the floor away from you. Now here's where it starts to get fun, my friends, and I'm gonna tilt my angle just a little bit here. From here, we're gonna start to move the wrists in different directions. So have fingers pointing out and wrists facing in. Throughout this, you are welcome to bend the elbows if you need to, or bring a little bit more weight back into the lower body, okay? And from here, same thing, cat-cow. So inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale, moo. Nobody said yoga has to be serious. Exhale, meow. Round your spine. Inhale, drop the belly down. Try to keep shoulders over wrists as best you can, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck chin to chest. Pull your belly in. Push the floor away from you. Last one, inhale, looking up, just getting some gentle movement through the spine. I should have had a ponytail. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, look towards your belly button. Create space between the vertebrae. Okay, come back to neutral. Here's where it starts to get really fun. From here, as best you can, rotate your palms so that your wrists face forward and your fingers point towards your knees. Fun. You are welcome to bend your elbows in if you need to, or to bring a little bit more weight back into your legs. So here we go. Inhale, cow pose, looking up. Try to keep shoulders back and down. Squeeze scapula together. Open the chest, the throat. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round your spine. Draw your belly button up towards your vertebrae, up towards the ceiling. Look towards your hips. Inhale, look up, chest up, chin away from the chest, looking up. Exhale, pull your belly in, round your spine. Try to bring hips and ribs closer together. Last one, inhale, looking up, drop your belly down, chest up, look up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, pull your belly in, round your spine. And come back to neutral. Okay, last one. This is the best one. From here, we're gonna flip our palms. So knuckles face the floor, palms face the ceiling. So wrists forward, fingers in. This might be quite intense. You're welcome to bend your elbows out or to bring a little bit more weight back into your toes. So inhale, drop your belly down, look up towards the ceiling, moo. Exhale, chin to chest, meow. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round your spine. So if this feels quite intense for you, I'm right there with you. Inhale, drop your belly down, open your chest. Think expansiveness, back bend. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, pull the belly in, push the floor away from you. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding in. Did I say that was the last one? I lied. So from here, you're gonna try and make fists with your hands. So as best you can, try to squeeze the palms together. And if you find that impossible, that's okay. Let's try anyways. So inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest. If this is hard for you, it's probably why you should do it. Inhale, look up, chest up, look up towards the ceiling. Never going to a point of pain, but a challenge is okay. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. If you do this a couple times every day, it will get easier. Inhale, drop your belly down, look up, chin up, chest up, stick your butt up. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, push the floor away from you, round your spine. Last one, inhale, look up, deep back bend, try to bring the belly down, chest up. And exhale, tuck chin to chest, round your spine like a cat, pull your belly in. Good, and as you're ready, back to neutral. From here, you can sit back on your feet or on your butt and we'll just roll out the wrists. So again, if that was intense for you, it's probably the most intense part of class, but if you do that a couple times every day, you'll start to gain a lot more mobility in the wrists. You can interlock your fingers and kind of go back and forth. So sometimes we think of yoga as like balancing on one leg or arm balances or purely a back bend or a forward curl, but actually we want to work all parts of the body, and through stretching all parts of the body, we become more aware of all parts of the body. So you might not even realize that you're tight in your shoulders until you try to stretch out your, your shoulders or your wrists or whatever it is, right? Okay, great. From here, we're going to do thread the needle, and I will give you an alternative if thread the needle does not work for you. So you're going to come on to all fours in tabletop again. You're going to inhale, look up towards the ceiling, lift your right arm. And as you exhale, think about threading a needle. Bring right arm between left arm and left knee. Drop right shoulder down to floor. You can keep your left hand by your face. You can also lift the left arm up and wrap around for a half bind. Now, if thread the needle is like not working for you, no problem. There's an alternative. You can sit in a comfortable position and simply bring your right arm straight to the right side of your body, figure four with the arms, bend your left arm up. So if what you're doing in threading the needle is not working for you, you're welcome to watch me here for an alternative. Looks really good, everybody. Notice if all the weight is in like one knee, or if your hips are sinking to one side of the room, try to even out knees, hips. Notice how you're breathing, where you're holding tension. Try to relax your jaw, your belly, your chest. If you have your left arm wrapped behind you for a half bind, we'll slowly start to reverse out. So start by lifting your left arm up and then placing it back down on the floor close to your face. And then everybody together, inhale, lift your right arm up, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your right arm down. Let's do the other side. So inhale, lift your left arm up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm through arm and leg, left shoulder to floor, right arm up. And you can do a half bind, or you can keep your right hand by your face, or you can sit in a comfortable position and just bring the left arm to the right side of the body, bend the right arm up for a figure four, nice shoulder stretch. And this side might feel totally different, and that's okay. We're not symmetrical. I say that all the time if you take my class, but I really believe it. And you might know why this side feels different, like a surgery or an injury or whatever, how you sit. But maybe in yoga, you'll also have an opportunity to be like, I had no idea my left hip was higher than my right hip until now. And through postures, we'll start to connect the dots of different, tense parts of the body. Take a slow inhale through your nose, and a slow exhale through your nose. If your right arm is behind you in the bind, start to slowly reverse out by lifting the right arm up, and then bringing the right hand down towards your face. And then as you inhale, lift your left arm up, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left arm down. Good, okay. I promise that's the last tabletop stuff we do. So from here, we're gonna do a toe stretch. And again, at the beginning of class, these are more active postures. I promise it gets more relaxing soon. So we're gonna do a toe stretch here. I'll show you from the side. The idea here is to tuck your toes under and see if eventually you can sit back down on your heels. You want to slide your pinky toes and fourth toes out so the toes are spread apart. Now, some alternatives and options here. You're welcome to have a blanket under your knees if you have pressure on your knees. You're welcome to keep your hands in front of you at first, no problem. You can open your knees a whole bunch, okay? And eventually, for my flexi folks, eventually you will lift the knees up. Doesn't have to be today. All right, so right away, this is quite intense for me, so if it's intense for you, you are not alone. But again, maybe you didn't realize how tight your toes were until you tried to do this. So yoga offers us insight into tightness in our body, and then it also offers us a way out, right? Try to bring the heels together. Relax your shoulders, your jaw. We'll do 3 slow breaths here. Slow inhale through the nose, I know. Slow exhale through the nose, I'm right there with you. Slow inhale through the nose, oh my God, I know. Slow exhale through the nose, you're not alone. Slow inhale through the nose. And slow exhale through the nose. Go team. From here, put your hands on the floor in front of you, and we're just gonna tap it out. So you'll tap your feet one on top of the other. Feels good. Your downstairs neighbor might not love it, but just a nice way to tap out the toes. That's another thing. If you do that pose for 1 minute a day, you'll really start to stretch out the toes. Yoga can be 60 minutes, but it can just be some stretches sporadically throughout your day. So from here, we're gonna go into child's pose, which you may have heard of before. So you're gonna open your knees, keep your feet together, and as you're ready, start to walk your hands forward and sink your head down. So from the side, it'll look like this. You are also welcome to have your arms down by your sides in fetal pose, fetus pose. You can have a blanket or even a pillow supporting underneath your belly and chest. And you're also welcome to have a blanket or pillow under your knees, under your toes, or even between knees and thighs. So there's lots of creative ways to use a simple blanket or pillow at home here. We'll settle in here. You want to feel a nice stretch through the back, maybe even the shoulders, but never a point of pain. And we'll hold here for 1 minute. About 20 seconds left, maybe sinking your hips down closer to the heels or the chest softening down to the floor. Maybe lengthening the arms forward or staying just as you are. All right, as you're ready, start to walk your hands back in closer to you. Slowly push yourself up. And we're going to turn around for a Savasana, our first Savasana. How lovely. So you can lie down. Let your arms and legs be heavy by your side. And actually, I'll correct myself. This isn't so much as a traditional Savasana pose as it is puddle pose. So you can have your arms and legs kind of splayed out however feels good for you. If you need to, you can like roll out your butt or your shoulders and then just find some stillness. So Savasana pose is translated to mean like corpse pose or dead body pose. And, you know, in a lot of styles of yoga, Savasana is actually quite exact. Like your heels are together, your toes fall open, your arms are close to your sides, palms face the ceiling, blah, 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 right? You've probably heard me say it many times before if you take hot yoga with me. But in puddle pose, like in restorative or yin, it's a little bit more freestyle. And have your arms and legs in or out as much as you want. I've enjoyed this class and this hour as an opportunity, not so much seeking perfection or mastery of the postures, rather than going deeper into the postures, just going deeper into yourself. So notice what you're thinking about and let it go with your exhale breath. Be here now in this moment. From here, we will do a butterfly pose on our backs. So as you're ready, bring your feet together and start to bend your knees out to the side. So from a bird's eye view, your legs would make a diamond shape. A couple things to note: you are welcome to place towels or pillows underneath your knees if it's uncomfortable for the knees to drop. You can have your feet like farther away from your body, or for a deeper stretch, you can bring your heels closer towards your torso. And we'll just hold here for 2 minutes. What a delight. Especially for my friends who are go-getters, I'm right there with you. People who like want to feel the burn in every posture. View your challenge for today to do a little bit less. Think about going like 70% into the posture. So if you're feeling something, that's wonderful, but you don't need to like kill yourself, right? Especially in the longer hold postures, we're working into connective tissue. And by doing a little bit less, we're often able to stay a little bit longer and reap the benefits that way. So this is a great way to open your hips. And as you're lying on your back, I should mention you're also welcome to place a blanket under the small of your back if your lower back bothers you. That's true at any time you're lying on your back. Let your hands be heavy. Relax your shoulders down into the floor. Let your neck be long. You're welcome to have your eyes closed or a soft fuzzy gaze on your ceiling. But maybe don't like look around too much, right? When you give your eyes a break, you give your mind a break. There's a little bit less to process. Our brain is always filtering information. We're just slowing down that process, or at least through yoga and meditation, we are honing that process. So rather than this being like an absence of thought, it's like you are able to control the channels of your thought. Let's do 3 more breaths here. All right, we're gonna slowly, carefully come out of this one. So if you'd like, you can place your hands like under your thighs or knee area, and with the help of your arms, slowly, carefully start to bring your knees back together. Take a moment here with your feet on the floor and knees bent up, and maybe feel the lower back softening down more onto the floor. In general, with yoga, I recommend breathing in and out through the nose as it helps to calm the central nervous system, but occasionally, especially on the exits of these long hold postures, if you need to, sometimes exhaling through the mouth tells your body, like, yeah, I'm on the same page. That was a little bit intense. Okay, as you're ready, slowly lower your legs back down, arms down by your side, another puddle pose. So for the rest of class, we're doing a long hold puddle pose between every posture. And sometimes the release from the posture is as therapeutic as the posture itself. So imagine lots of fresh, highly oxygenated blood circulating through your hip joints, circulating through your limbs. Can help to visualize how your body is healing and repairing just through some simple stretches and breathing exercises. From here, we're going to roll off to the side. So take a moment once again to bend your knees up so your feet are on the floor. Allow your knees to rest together. Take a breath. And then as you're ready, we're going to roll to the right side of our mat, lying in the fetal position. Just take a moment here. And now slowly, carefully, with peace and ease, push yourself up. Great. Next, we'll do a restorative version of Paschimottanasana or stretching. If you practice 26 and 2 Bikram yoga with me, you might have heard Paschimottanasana. In that style of yoga, it's like a super active, super succinct stretch. But in this one, it's a little bit more relaxed. The general idea is you'll have your legs close together. Let your feet relax. At first, you will have your hands by your hips. And as you're ready, start to walk your hands forward to forward fold. So eventually letting your belly soften. This is a great posture to use props. You can use a rolled up towel, blanket, or pillows between your thighs and your chest for extra support. And as you're ready, you'll just drop your head and let yourself hang out here. And we'll hold here for 3 minutes. I'll tell you halfway through. So you want to feel a gentle stretch along your back, gentle stretch along the hamstrings. Too much is too much. So, too little is too little too, but especially with the longer holds, err on the side of doing a little bit less. And again, if you're a person who likes to do a lot all the time, I'm right there with you. Treat yourself here. Do a little bit less. Just enjoy. Like literally, your only job right now is to breathe. Feel your breath moving in and out, in and out. Notice if you're carrying any tension that's not necessary. See if you can relax through the kneecaps,
the toes, the shoulders, the neck. About halfway through, if you need to like wiggle out your butt or anything like that, if you need to adjust, maybe coming up, sinking deeper, getting a pillow or a blanket for yourself, please do so. One of the things we get to practice in long holds of postures is the difference between like acknowledging that something doesn't feel right and we need to change, right? Like wiggling a little bit or getting a prop or easing up or going deeper, acknowledging that real need that something is amiss versus constantly wanting to like fix our shirt and then, like wipe sweat and then move around and look around. So discerning the difference between needing to adjust, right? Versus wanting to distract yourself from sitting still. We'll sit here in silence together for another minute. As you're ready, if you're folded forward, carefully start to walk yourself back up. Go slow, there's no rush. Slowly rolling yourself back up, there's no rush. Take a moment to sit upright and then we'll return to cuddle pose. So lying on your back. If you need to roll out your hips or shoulders or look right and left for a second, that's wonderful. And just returning to stillness. Notice any sensations in the body. Notice any sensations or the mind or the heart. And then just notice how you're breathing. Remember that through yoga, you're making a gesture to yourself of goodwill, of help. Through yoga, we're affirming to ourselves that we're worth it, right? That we deserve to relax, to play, to rest, to move. Especially in stressful times like the ones that we find ourselves in now, often a stress response is to disembody, so to separate the brain from the body. And I really believe that movement, again, it doesn't have to be exact, but just this idea of moving helps us to get out of that stress response. We're literally becoming embodied through yoga or dance or whatever it is that you want to do during this time. But I always encourage you to move a little bit every day. Next, we will do a spine twist. So a couple options here. You can keep your left leg straight, have your arms out to the side, or cactus-like goalposts. I'm going to give you a couple options. You can keep your left leg straight, bend your right leg up, and then bring right knee to the left side of your mat. You are also welcome to bend both legs up and bring both knees to the left side of your mat. Try to keep 2 shoulders on the floor. You can keep your head on the floor looking up towards the ceiling, or bring your right ear to the right side of your mat looking to the right side of your room. Your spine moves in 6 directions: right, left, backward, forward. Sometimes we do the right, left, backward, forward, but then we forget to twist. And sometimes these twists can almost be like chiropractic adjustments. So at some points when you're moving your body, you might feel like your back crack, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a shifting in synovial fluid or the gas lubrication between the joints. So I actually say in some ways, like if your body pops a little bit, it's a good sign because it means you still have that lubrication. Try to keep your chest open, 2 shoulders on the floor. We'll hold here for another 2 minutes. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through the nose. And we'll carefully, slowly return back to center. So you can use one or both hands, placing them on your thighs or your knees. Take your time, very slowly rolling your right hip down. Pause with your knees resting together, maybe letting the lower back sink closer to the floor. And then carefully lower your arms and legs back down. And noticing any sensations in the body, just noticing without attachment. So we're also learning to detach a little bit from outcomes. Sometimes we become very attached to like an end product of what these yoga postures should look like. Like if somebody's like, cool, you're doing the standing splits, that's good. Then therefore somehow having tight hamstrings becomes bad, right? But in fact, it's not good or bad either way. It just is, right? So if you are feeling a sensation, or if a certain posture is really hard for you, or you're like, oh my gosh, I look so good in this, there's no attachment there, right? It just is what it is. Let's do the other side. Bend your knees back up, feet together. I should also say you can keep your right leg straight, arms out to the side, or cactus-like goalposts. You can bend your left leg and bring your left knee to the right side of the room. You can also bend both knees up, feet together, and bring both knees to the right side of the room. Should have mentioned this on the other side. I apologize. You're welcome to place a blanket underneath your knees, between your knees, under your ankles, any sensitivity there. You can keep your head on the floor looking up or bring left ear to left side of the room for a gentle neck stretch. And hey, the other cool thing is like you can do something different on this side. Maybe you bend both legs or straighten one or look one way. You can mirror it or you cannot. It's totally up to you. Again, we're not symmetrical, so this side of the body might need something different, and that's totally fine. Holding here for 2 minutes. You know, I was talking about detaching from the outcome of like good or bad. Like it's good to be able to touch your fingers to your toes, because it's bad to be inflexible. It's good to be strong. It's bad to be weak, blah, blah, blah. Good, bad. We're detaching. But all that said, I will also say, if you have that yoga pose, that posture, that class where you're like, this is awesome, I'm rocking it, that's wonderful. Ego helps get us back into the room. Like unchecked ego can be dangerous, like physically, mentally, emotionally to yourself and to others. But a little bit of ego, like, ooh, I look good in this posture. That's okay, right? If it helps you to come back to class, like whatever it is that draws you back here again is just fine. No judgment there either. Take a slow inhale through your nose and a slow exhale through your nose. We'll carefully, slowly reverse out. Again, you can use your hands on your thighs or knees. Remember, if you need to exhale through your mouth, that's perfectly normal. As you're ready, slowly rolling back to center. Take a moment, let your knees rest together, feet on the floor, knees bent up. And then as you're ready, lowering your arms, legs back down, cuddle pose. I've saved the best for last. Our last active posture of the day is called dragon. You might have done it with me before. It's super fun. We're going to start by rolling off to the side. So bend your legs up so your feet are on the floor. Take a moment, knees resting together. And then roll off to your left, lying in the fetal position for a moment. And as you're ready, carefully push yourself up. Take your time.
Okay, ooh, the lighting in here is fun. So dragon pose is super fun. We're gonna open through like hip flexors, psoas. I'll show you from the side.
And there's a lot of different options for this one. So you're going to start in tabletop. You will place one foot on the floor, and as you're ready, walk the other back and gently lean forward. So you can have the knee extended beyond the ankle. You can also have the knee in line with the ankle. You can roll up your mat, or please don't hesitate to put padding underneath your knee, underneath your ankle, anything like that. And then for the upper body, a couple fun options. You can stay lifted with your hand on your knee. You can have your hands on the floor, or if you want, you can start to lower down with your forearms on the floor. We will hold here for 3 minutes. I will tell you halfway through, so maybe start like gentle, and then if halfway through you're like, I don't feel much, then you can go a little deeper. So you want to feel it through the hip. Again, if this is intense for you, it is intense for me as well. It's super fun. Notice how you're breathing. Notice what you're thinking about. Sometimes when things get intense, we want to like distract, right? So the grocery list starts to pop up, but just be here now. We're halfway through. You are welcome to ease up. If you need to put a prop under a certain part of your body to protect a knee or ankle, that's great. You're also welcome to get deeper. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathing normal as best you can. About 20 more seconds. All right, as you're ready, we're carefully going to ease out. So if you're folding forward, carefully walk yourself back up. Back to tabletop. You can take a moment to like lean back, maybe do a little back bend. And from here, we're gonna lie on our stomach in belly savasana. So for belly savasana, you have a couple options. You can bend your elbows out and your hands in and just rest your head down. You can also look to the right or left side of the room. If you're looking one way, I will cue you through halfway through belly savasana so that you can switch which way you're looking. You can have your elbows out, arms close by your face. You can also have your arms down by your sides. This is an inverse opening to the hips and shoulders. Send deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. If you're looking in one direction, look in the other direction. Other ear on the towel, otherwise staying as you are. As you inhale, think about an expanded rib cage, and as you exhale, soften your shoulders and chest down.
All right, as you're ready, carefully push yourself back up, and we will do the other side of your new favorite posture, dragon. So other knee out in front, whatever that is. And again, this side might feel wildly different. So at first, hip under knee, eventually walking the knee back. You can have the knee beyond the ankle. You can stay upright, have hands on floor, fold forward. Remember that you are welcome to use a prop under the knee, under the ankle. You want to feel this in the hip, the psoas, the hip flexor. You don't want to feel this in your knee. Yeah? Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Cue you when we're halfway through. Notice how this side might feel different, how it feels the same. Notice what's motivating you. Are you pushing yourself to an unsustainable juncture in the posture? Are you scared to feel anything and you're super easing up? Or are you just here in the present moment, breathing into the body? About halfway through, you are welcome to ease up, to place a prop somewhere that you need to. You can stay just as you are. You can go deeper. There is no right way. There's a couple of wrong ways, right? The wrong way is like if you're hurting yourself, but there's no one right way. This is one of those postures where I check the clock every 10 seconds. Like, is it over? About 20 more seconds. All right, and as you're ready, carefully take your time easing out of the posture. Whew. And take a moment here, if it feels good, to sit on your feet and maybe do a gentle back bend. You don't have to, but if it feels good, go for it. As you're ready, roll back up. And we will do 5 minutes of final Savasana. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. 5 minutes of final Savasana. Sounds like I can leave 5 minutes early. No, no, no. This is the most important posture right here. So again, final Savasana or final puddle pose. You can have your arms and legs open. You can close your eyes or do a soft gaze. There's a wonderful movement that you may have heard of. It's called the NAP ministry. And it's all about how rest is essential and a human right. And actually, it talks a lot about how marginalized groups often don't get to rest. But this yoga is like a reminder, like resting is essential. This final puddle pose, let it be a reminder to yourself, like if we go, go, go all the time, it is not sustainable. We cannot take care of others. We cannot take care of ourselves, right? But if we just take even a few minutes every day to lie still and breathe, things become a little bit more manageable. If you find that it's hard to lie still, to breathe, to just be, I'm right there with you. That's why you should do this yoga. In our final yoga minute together, I will read you what I read you at the beginning of class. I'll read it to you 3 times and let the words flow over you. All will be well. All manner of things shall be well. Today is the blessing. Use it well. All will be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Today is the blessing. Use it well. All will be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Today is the blessing. Use it well. So use it well, my friends. Today is the blessing. You are the blessing. You've blessed yourself just by relaxing, breathing. Thank you all so much for joining me today. You're welcome to stay in this final Savasana for as long as you want.